unnecessary amount. There's two on car.
I'm one shot.
Behind us. Right here. I'll plant this.
Man.
I thought I was gonna take it from you, dude. What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Seeker gameplay, and today we're going to talk about the changes that Rogue Company needs to make to stay relevant in the future. So let's head over and check it out. So this fall, we are going to have some very major releases in the world of video games. Overwatch 2 is going to be coming out probably when this video is out, or around when this video is released. Overwatch 2 will be available for people to play. Of course, we also have people that are very interested in Modern Warfare 2, along with other titles that will be coming out for the remainder of the year. What can Rogue Company do to stay relevant in this ever-changing landscape, ever-evolving landscape of video games? Now, I think that Rogue Company has established itself a very firm backbone on which the player base lies. I do believe that there is a ton of people out there that are consistently playing the game, and they will continue to consistently play the game unless something significant changes that initially drives players away. I think that that is starting to happen now. And the reason why I say that is because the Formal Affair update that came out just did a very terrible job at cleaning up any inconsistencies in the game. And it just brought even more inconsistencies in the game, where you had to have rank disabled, you had to remove the surrender button completely. Just completely out of the game because people were exploiting a bug in the game. Speaking of bugs, there were a ton of bugs that were introduced into the game. And then also the entire shift of the game from the time that it was in closed beta until now. The game has changed a lot, to say the least. The game has become more catered to the more casual experience, which is fine. You need your casual players to drop in and spend money. You need your hardcore players to drop in and play tournaments and things like that. And then you also have those people that are in between that want a rewarding experience while playing the game, but are also very interested in spending money if they feel like that your game deserves money to be spent on it. And I understand it is a free-to-play game. The way that they have the monetary system set up for free-to-play games is what it is, with the battle pass, with constant drops for the store, like cosmetic drops and things like that. That is the way that they make money. I understand that's the avenue that they decided to go with the game, and that's fine. I appreciate that because I do love playing free-to-play games, especially free-to-play games that are very interesting, very unique, and also have cross-play built into them so that I can play with my friends regardless of what input that they are using. So Rogue Company automatically checks all those boxes, but that uniqueness and that individuality that the game felt in Rogue Company is slowly and surely getting away from the way that it did at launch whenever it was in closed beta. The developers really need to take a step back and look at what direction that they want this game to continue on, because if they continue releasing very bad updates like the Formal Affair update, then people are going to start downloading other games, they're going to start getting more interested in other games, and they're going to leave Rogue Company in the dust. And I feel like that the next major update, the next season for Rogue Company that comes out, which is going to be in like 2.5 months, somewhere around there, 2 months maybe, I feel like that is going to be the tell whether this game is going to be able to sustain over the current climate of video games, or if it's going to be filed in with everything else, where it did really good at start, they threw a lot of money at it, they didn't do anything significant with the game to fix any of the issues with it, they just put more and more cosmetics into the game, people got tired of the crap, and then they moved on to something else. So I'm really interested and really hopeful that the next update will be a massive update, a massive overhaul, and very significant changes will be coming to the game. Or they need to come out and they need to start talking with the community now prior to that next season update and let them know if they decided to go this avenue that they're going to make a very hard push to make better servers, to make better matchmaking, to make a better anti-cheat system, and to implement these things into the game. I feel like if they came out and they went that avenue, the player base would understand and also support this through and through, because the most consistent issues that we've had in the game are server related, matchmaking related, and anti-cheat / anti-exploit related. And none of those things seem to have gotten any better over time. If anything, they've gotten worse. The game runs worse now than it did when it was in closed beta, which it should honestly be the opposite of that. The bugs have gotten worse over time to the point where you can't do fundamental things in the game that you need to do in order to be successful. That frustrates players to no end and makes their gaming experience absolutely awful. And of course, there is the anti-cheat and anti-exploit side of everything, and they have wanted to make a massive push in order to get easy anti-cheat where it needed to be before they turned crossplay on. They accidentally turned crossplay on, and then now it's something that exists in the game. For better or for worse, it is what it is. But I still don't think that the anti-cheat is up to where it needs to be in regards of keeping some of these questionable things under control, in my opinion, because there's either not enough people that are monitoring feedback from the community with the report system, or there's nothing in the game that is actively seeking out based on algorithms and codes that they can put into some type of bot to monitor gameplays while they're happening. That's not aggressive enough. That doesn't do anything. And sometimes it takes days and or weeks for people that are blatantly cheating and blatantly exploiting the game to get their account banned or something massive like that happening. But it is a free to play game, and we do have Smurf accounts. Even if you ban one person because they're cheating, then they can just create a new account with a new email address and they're right back in. They have the same cheats, they have the same hacks, they're still exploiting the game. I understand that the developers don't want to do something as extreme as doing like hardware bans and things like that for people that are exploiting the game in that way, but sometimes you have to decide, do you want to get rid of the few for the many, or do you want to try to please everyone and in turn make all of the many not want to play your game anymore? That's what it comes down to. It's the same idea as the AFK / leaver situation. You disable the surrender button. You've got people that are leaving and going AFK. You've got no way of backfill to happen in quick play, which is like one of the best things, in my opinion, that they've added to the game in a while. We don't have a surrender option there. So if you have one person leave, or if the enemy team has like 5 people leave, then it is what it is. You just have to suffer through it until that match ends. I understand that the developers don't want to put any type of harsh punishments on players for leaving matches, but here's the thing, man. They're going to have to do something because people just don't care. They're just leaving games, relaunching, and they're in another game before the game that they just left is even over. It feels bad. It doesn't feel good for anybody. And like I said, it frustrates players to the point where they really don't want to play your game anymore. I feel like there just needs to be a substantial overhaul to a lot of the core systems that actually work within Rogue Company, more so than content, more so than balance, more so than any of that stuff. They need to look at the way that the systems for the game actually work, and they need to figure out a way to make them work a little bit better. If your matchmaking sucks, then rebuild the matchmaking system from the ground up and then implement it into the game. And if you're currently doing that, then let everybody know so that they can have something that they can look forward to. If you're looking at migrating your servers to a different server provider or a different host to make matches run better and to make that experience more rewarding, then let everybody know that. And if you're not doing that, you really need to do that, because I feel like if the servers were in better condition and they were able to actually handle everything that is going on, a lot of these bugs would probably disappear. So there needs to be a huge push in regards to where they actually want to take the game, how they want this game to actually run and perform all across the board. And then they need to take a step back, decide which of these things are more important to the player base and to the community. And they need to start targeting these things and working these things out before you start having people leave to go to other games. It's almost lucky for high res that Modern Warfare 2 came out and people were like trashing all over it. Because if that came out and it was actually a good experience for people, then you would have a ton of people that would already be migrating over to Modern Warfare 2. Like they would already free up enough room to install it by getting rid of Rogue Company. Like that's just a fact. And then Overwatch 2, we don't know how that's going to perform, but I'm going to say a week from now, we're absolutely going to know how that's going to be performing. And we're going to see probably a ton of players going from one to the other. You know, I don't like making these videos. I don't like being that person that's like, look, this is what the developers need to do. But 9 times out of 10, it's more of an I told you so situation, as opposed to me being like, oh, they did something really good and really clever here. It inevitably devolves into an I told you so, where you should have done this at this time and this wouldn't have happened. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the developers will heed any of these warnings, or do you think that a lot of the player base will eventually migrate to other games that will be releasing in the near future? Be sure to let me know what you think. Also, be sure to check the description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Also, there is a giveaway going on, and the link will be in the description down below. So if you're interested in whatever we're giving away this week, be sure to hit that and fill out the information to get entered into the drawing. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cut him off, buddy.
Yeah, he tried to get Corey, and that was a no-no.
Sorry if it hurt you.
Oh, you're good.
Fucking hurt. I think y'all can handle that.
We've destroyed the enemy
This,
force.
Yeah. We're cut out, like, in mid-fire. You're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Really sucks, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill this. Nope.
They're pushing out mid. I'm dead. They're pushing.
Oh, no. Oh. He's there. I didn't realize he pushed up so far.
We're gonna plant this now.
Please hack, please hack. Oh, push me, they're all on me. They're going for that revive.
Oh, they
Damn.
can't get that revive, don't worry. Griffin said, fuck your revive.
Behind that, where I sit, yeah.
That was a... I started hacking and they just fucking charged in on me.
King James! You just straight ran into it.
She got shot and she just kept running in place for like fucking. I'm like, bitch, I don't want you.
Why do he want you?
Gang, gang.